Hello everybody, I'm Shalini from India, and today I would like to share about what are the strategies of the aids that are being available and how government plans to distribute them. So all the information that I would share is my personal view. So as we know, because of the crisis that hit really close to home, we saw a lot of youngsters who were impacted. So one of the reasons that scientific research says was that like asymptomatic people are more super spreaders. So this could be one of the reasons, because youngsters were not impacted in the last wave, but in this wave they were like really impacted, and it was a real major crisis situation that was there, and we saw so many deaths. And when you looked at the hospitals were overwhelmed, the health systems failed, they couldn't take the pressure. And then if you look at the crematoriums, the burial grounds were also overwhelmed because they were mass burning. I think most of you must have seen scenes of those on on various international channels. But so that was the real crisis that was going on, and people who were not impacted in the first wave, like the villages, the rural areas, were totally and very badly impacted. And if you looked at the healthcare system in these, there were very limited resources that were there. And so what to do and what was to be done, governments had to take a decision where they actually then decentralize the powers were given to local panchayats, to local ministries, to do in what is in their capacities, so that they are able to handle the situation. So as far as we know, the medical aids that have reached to us from all over the world has been used wisely, has been distributed to the needy. So I would say, I think it has reached people who were really in need of it. And also on the other hand, there were a lot of local youth organizations, humanitarian organizations, who took the situations in their own hands without waiting for aids to come, and they did so many things on their own. Like I know of many organizations who imported oxygen concentrators, who did their bit to the needy, to the poor and the needy. So that was something. And also government has also given aid to the poor. So like when you're talking of the burial, like I think people who couldn't afford, the government were giving about 500 rupees so that they are able to do the last rites. So when you're looking at situation, of course, since when you look at the dynamics of the country, it's really huge, and it is not possible for a single government or a single ruling party to reach all over. So it is actually the duty of each and every citizen to make his own contribution. So I think we have done our best in those terms. Like I feel that a lot of people have come out, and a lot of them have contributed and have helped manage the situation from going into a real crisis. I think this it's just a learning curve, or it's a learning situation where others also can learn from this situation. And I think we will be more well prepared, so that we'll be able to handle another situation much better. So I think there was a lot of contribution, and people have done their best. And I think the medical aids and everything and all the other countries that have helped has been able to reach the needy. So that is what I feel. If at all they have not reached the needy, there are always good human beings who are around, who have been able to get that aid to the people who are really in need. So thank you very much for listening, and thank you for your time.